Guys, welcome back to Between the Ropes TV. Today, I'm not happy straight away. We're going to be doing a full preview of this weekend's WBO light heavyweight title fight between Joe Smith Jr. and Steve Geffrard. Now, I'll get on to my reasons. I'm not happy, not just because Callum Johnson is unfortunately ruled out through COVID, because that is a fight I was looking forward to. That is a proper world title fight. But yeah, we'll get on to that. Ben, how are you feeling about this shambles?
I think a bit deflated, isn't it? It was a title fight, nice early in the year. The winner can have a good year ahead of them. And now, yeah, it's hard to find an opponent at late notice. Unfortunately, Callum Johnson has got COVID. Nothing we can do about that. But you'd expect a better opponent. I know it's tough with the COVID, like getting someone from the UK is 2 weeks enough notice for them to go over, or do they have to isolate? I'm not up on the COVID rules over there. But no, I think he talked about wanting to unify, doesn't he, Smith? Unify the division. Surely big fights help propel, because there's some top fighters in that division. Bivol, Beterbiev, who he's going to have to beat, and he's already lost to Bivol once. So I do feel, I don't know, I feel he should have wanted a bigger opponent as well.
Well, he should have. It's exactly that. You know, he's already lost to Bivol. So Callum Johnson's ruled out. The agreement seems to be amongst Top Rank and Frank Warren that Smith Jr. would fight Anthony Yarde next, provided he came through with Johnson, or even Johnson versus Yarde next, which would obviously be a huge fight in Britain. But, you know, I'll be honest, the alarm bells rang for me 2 days, I think it was, before Johnson's positive test came out, because Joe Smith Jr. did some media, and in that media, he talked about the fact that, you know, he was only talking really about unifications. And I thought, okay, I wonder is there going to be a COVID outbreak and injury? And obviously, unfortunately for Johnson, that's what happened. Now, he may have found out about it beforehand, but it concerned me, the fact that he's already looking at unifications. Because, you know, when you're fighting Callum Johnson, you as Artur Beterbiev found out, you can't just assume that's a given, can you? Like, you know, Johnson very nearly took Beterbiev out. But the fact that the best that they could have found at a fortnight's notice is ranked 107th in the world on BoxRec, 15th in the USA alone. Steve Geffrard, I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, for him, it's his Willy Wonka moment, isn't it? He's got the golden ticket. He's coming into this, and if we will preview it. You know, it's not a total slag it off. He's 18-2 with 12 knockouts. He's been knocked out once. Largely inactive. This will be his third fight in 5 years.
What a fight for him.
Well, I know. He was pretty active up until the end of 2016. Then he had some time out. I don't know the reasons why. He fought once in 2018, and then he fought in March 2021. Don't tell me Top Rank couldn't have found anybody more active, better. I mean, why not ring Anthony Yarde? Anthony Yarde had a few round blitz of Lyndon Arthur in early December.
Yeah.
I don't know. He may have blown up over Christmas weight-wise. He does seem to be, via his social media, someone who always stays in shape, in fairness. But why not hold it off a month? You want to unify. Try and see if you can, end of Feb, see if you can get the Anthony Yarde fight sorted. Then you've got the rest of the year to go ahead and unify. Because Joe Smith Jr., I'm a fan of his, in fairness. He's a good boxer. But he's not going to learn anything from this fight, is he? I mean, we've had some shocks on this channel and we've all made wrong predictions. But I would be absolutely flabbergasted if Geffrard pulled this off.
Well, with Geffrard, this is like opportunity of a lifetime. You cannot blame him from where he's coming from for taking this fight. But there's a lot more fighters out there who aren't world champions, who haven't had a title shot, who haven't had a title shot in a while, who would happily step in at this short notice and go for it. And I just think that, in my opinion, Joe Smith Jr., without being disrespectful to him, he's the champion I'd want to fight. Bivol, great boxer, who did beat him, but I know that Smith, he 10th round, he nearly had the better of Bivol. Bivol's against the ropes, but at the end of the day, Bivol got the win. Beterbiev, Joe, I'd stay well clear of him. I don't want to die. And I just think it's the one you'd want. So I'm surprised other people haven't come forward, but it is what it is. We get to see a title fight.
But it's not really a title fight, is it? I mean, it is in name only. You know, in fairness to Joe Smith Jr., his record's not half bad. Andre Fonfara beaten him. Bernard Hopkins, okay, passed his best, beaten him. Vlasov beaten him. Lost to Bivol and Sullivan Barrera. But, he's a good boxer. I do agree. I think he's the champion you'd want to face.
Where'd you rank him? On the spot?
But, he's the weakest world champion, isn't he? As you just said, and I've already said, I agree.
I still put Smith ahead of him, Callum Smith. And I only had one fight, but I think Smith will beat him.
Yeah, I mean, well, even that's a name. Callum Smith. I know he's just had a baby, but not himself personally. But there are names out there that you're going to have to fight. And if you're going to talk about unifications, go and unify. One last point for me on this is the fact that Joshua Buatsi got slagged off by a lot of fans for fighting Bolotniks last year. Now, I'm not being funny, but Bolotniks is 10 times better than bloody Steve Geffrard. And this isn't a knock on him. Like you said, he's got the opportunity, he's took the chance. But this is a terrible start to the year from Top Rank. It's not their fault Johnson's pulled out. And I'm gutted because we've got no boxing in the UK this month, obviously with the COVID situation. This was one where I thought, we'll get to the 15th. We've got a decent fight there. And now we've not got it. It's basically like Rocky Balboa story, isn't it? Like someone's just been plucked from thin air. I don't know. I mean, I'm absolutely gutted. We will do a reaction to it. And I think we were talking about a Joe Smith stoppage. Ben, how about you?
I think I have to agree. I think that's the way to go. But I think with the review, there'll be more to cover with what's next for him. And I think touching on Buatsi, he's not a world champion. Smith's a world champion. That's why this fight makes it worse. And like
yeah.
And look at Buatsi, he wasn't a world champion and people slagging him off. And no, that's a much better fight, opponent than this one. I agree with you. And I think it's poor. No one will moan about them postponing it for a better fight. But now, instead with Smith, you'll be waiting. Do you know what? June? He might come back out in June now, maybe. And it's a shame that it's going to be so long.
Well, to be fair, Ben, a little bit of me is excited because if we're handing out world title shots to these guys, I think it's only a matter of time before one of us gets the call.
I'll struggle to make weight, but I think I can do it.
Yeah, I'll go for Usyk. It'll knock me out, but I'll take the payday.
Definitely.
Right, on that note, guys, as always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let us know how you guys think. I assume it will be pretty unanimous. However, if anybody wants to defend this, by all means, let's hear it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.